Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to do this makeup look right here. I only used one palette, which is the Tarteist Pro palette by Tarte, and I just got it today and it is the bomb. So I'm so excited for you guys to see this look. This is actually the first intro that I do on any of my videos, and I just kind of wing this look. I show you how to do this look right here. And if I can get this open, I used a total of six eyeshadow colors. Majority of the colors I chose were matte, but I did chose one kind of shimmery shade, kind of just to dust it over the lid so it won't be so like matte. So yeah, so I hope you guys like this video. If you do like these kinds of videos, just let me know. If y'all have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section down below. I'm gonna try to list all the products that I used. Majority of the products that I actually used today I just got right now because I don't know why I just keep talking. Like I said, this is kind of like my first intro to any video. So yeah, let's jump right in. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're going to go ahead and start off by carving out our eyebrows. Here I'm just using a concealer and a flat shader brush. Then I'm going to go ahead and start filling in my brow. The products that I use for my brows are the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the color Chocolate. I use that at the tail of the brow and a little brow powder towards the front of the brow. If you guys would like to see a more detailed video on how I do my eyebrows, just let me know and I can do that for you. So just go ahead and fill in the rest of your brows as you normally do. I do like to carve out my brows from the top as well, just to give me a more fiercer brow, but that is a personal preference. Now I'm using the e.l.f. Tone Adjusting Facial Primer. It does have a green tint to it. I like to use this kind of primer, one, because it helps kind of even out my pores, but it also helps control my redness. Next, I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids with the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. This eye primer is the bomb. I have not been able to put it down, and I've been using it now consistently for about 6 months. Now we're going to go ahead and start on the eyeshadow. I'm using the color Bold from the Tarte Tarteist Pro palette as my transition shade. This does not need to be neat. This is just going to be able to kind of blend in all your colors once you're done. So just kind of put whatever amount of coverage that you want and blend that in. I'm grabbing the color No Filter. This is a more berry kind of purple shade, and I'm kind of putting that in my crease, blending it in as much as I can. This is going to give my eyeshadow a gradient effect once I put the darker shades, and just kind of blend that in. You do want to only put a little bit of color at a time. The more color you put at one time, the harder it will be to blend out. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more Bold to the top of that, just to kind of blend both of the colors in together. It doesn't have to be neat. Now I'm taking the color Smoked on a smaller, precise brush. I kind of started blending this color out towards the outer V and slowly bringing it forward. I do want majority of the darkness to be on the outer part of my eye. So next I'm going to add the color Punk, which is a matte black shade from the Tarteist Pro. I'm doing dabbing and dragging motions to evenly distribute that color. You do want to add the color as slowly as you can because you will have a lot of fallout. This is another reason why I like to do my eyes first, then do my base, because I don't want to use more product than what I normally have to. Now I'm taking a fluffy brush with the color Bold again, just kind of blending out all of the colors. You do want to make sure you don't have any harsh lines in between each shade. So you'll start to notice as you kind of blend all the colors, some of the colors that you originally put down at the beginning kind of fade out and get washed out. So you do want to go back in and add more colors that you want. So I did go back in and add a little bit of No Filter. I added some Bold and some Smoke. You do want to make sure to blend out each colors in between each application. And I did notice I like to add the lid shades with my finger just because I get more color payoff that way. Then I'm going to go ahead and kind of dust off and clean off the edges with a makeup wipe. That's going to make it real easy to give you those sharp edges that you'd like. Now I'm taking the shade Classic and I'm just dusting that on my brow bone. This color is basically just going to help me clean up that area. As if you notice and you look closely, really close to my brow, I do have a lot of dark shades and it's very harsh, so this is going to help me kind of just blend that out. And I'm just going back in with the same color, Punk, and just kind of refresh that eye look, girl. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut my wing. No, I'm just playing. I'm going to go ahead and do my wing liner with my most favorite NYX matte liquid liner. This is my go-to liner just because I haven't found one that I am absolutely in love with. So if you guys know of any good ones, make sure to drop them in the comment section down below. Next is my favorite part. I'm adding the color Minx, which is a shimmery shade, and I'm dusting that on with my finger right on top of the black. So you're still going to be able to see the black pigmentation, but this pinkiness that it's giving is giving me life. So I just had to use this color. Just kind of add and freshen up the colors. Once you kind of do the wing liner, add your falsies, you'll notice you'll have to go back in with a little bit more dark, which is completely fine. You slowly have to add more colors as you go. Just make sure your wing is fleeky, make sure you touch it up whichever way you want to and can. I'm just touching it up like that, girl. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use the Vegas nail lashes in the Lash Style Grand Amor. And girl, these lashes are the bomb. They're recently on sale at Ulta for buy one get one half off, so I should definitely recommend you to check that out. And you can never have enough primer, so homegirl, I'm just adding a little bit more of the e.l.f. primer, and I'm cleaning up any fallout that I have with a makeup wipe. Now for color correcting, homegirl has a lot of little acne, red bumps, and scars, so my favorite method to get rid of this is using the LA Girl Green Concealer, and I'm kind of just dabbing that in my skin before I use a beauty blender. Because I get a lot of product on my beauty blender and I don't want that to happen, so I'm trying to push majority of it into my skin. As you can see here, it does kind of fade out into like a lime green, which is completely fine. I'm adding a little bit of Urban Decay setting spray to kind of add moisture to my skin to help me blend that out. Then I'm going to go ahead and dab some Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. I'm using it in the color 4.0, and I recently started using it. It's okay. I will let you know how I feel about it. I'm adding one layer. One layer is not enough coverage for me. I'm more of a full coverage, medium to coverage kind of girl. So this is just, you know, your personal preference. Do whatever kind of foundation you'd like. Homegirl likes it a little bit heavier, so I will be adding a couple extra coats. And I actually like to originally kind of push the foundation in with the makeup brush. Then I like to use a beauty blender to kind of soak up any areas that I have too much product, and then I go back in and add a little bit more coverage where I need it. The main areas that I need extra coverage is kind of my cheek area and around my mouth, which is, you know, is optional. So do as much coverage as you feel that you need. Then I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and girl, I do have it in the color Too Light. I am going to go return it today, so don't give me any shit about it. I'm just gonna go ahead and push that into my skin. If you go through the video, you'll notice at the end I don't look a little cray because I did warm up my skin and add some bronzer. So just make sure to kind of push that concealer all up in your skin. Make sure you don't have too much product because that will cause creasing. Then I'm using the RCMA No Color Powder. This is my Ride or Die translucent powder. I kind of dab this underneath my eyes to help me bake my forehead, my chin, and I do use it to kind of carve out my contour. Next, I'm using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer, and I'm just using that to kind of warm up my skin. The common contour areas, my cheekbone, my hairline, my jawline, because we all know we need to cover up that double chin, girl. This is my favorite part. This is where I carve my skin out with the RCMA No Color Powder, like I talked about before, my Ride or Die. Make sure to blend out and buff everything in. I do let my baking situation here kind of bake for about a couple minutes, and then I just kind of blend it away. Next, I'm kind of working on my nose. I'm trying to get my nose real snatched and cute because we all need to look cute for Valentine's Day. I'm just using the same bronzer and a smaller brush, kind of carving out my nose. Then you'll see that I kind of go in ham with the RCMA powder. This isn't necessary. This is an all glam look. You know, this is personal preference. If you normally don't snatch your nose, you don't have to. And you all know we need a little highlighter in our life, so I'm using my very favorite Gilded Honey by Gueller. This is the bomb.com. I use it on all of my clients that have a warmer skin tone. I love this on myself personally. I feel like it just gives me that bam kind of glow. I use it on the top of my cheekbones. I like to use it on my cupid's bone, the tip of my nose, and a little bit on my brow, just to kind of give it a little shimmy and just kind of blend that in. Now I'm using just a flat fluffy brush, just kind of buffing everything in. Make sure that all your lines are gone. Then I'm adding a little bit of Berry Amor blush. I like this blush. It's by Milani. The reason why I like it is because it gives me a pinky tone, but it's not too shimmery, and I honestly feel that it helps kind of bring out my highlight. And here's a little trick if you have small eyes like I do. I like to use a nude liner for my waterline. This makes my eyes look appear a little bigger. Then I'm just grabbing the color Bold and kind of just running that through my lash line. So this is kind of a layering effect. Whatever you do to the top of your eye, you kind of want to do to your bottom. So I did a little bit of Bold. Now I'm adding a little bit of Smoked, kind of keeping that towards the back of my eye, slowly bringing it forward. The last step, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of Punk, which is the black shade, and kind of mainly keeping that on the outer corner of my eye and slowly bringing it forward. Then I'm grabbing my favorite Rimmel mascara, which is the Lash Accelerator. This is the bomb. I love the wand that it comes with. It's really easy to kind of get and separate your lashes. Girl, we know we need some leaky mesh. Now I'm just lining my lips with the Essence Lip Liner in 05 Soft Berry. This is one of my go-to nude liners. It's very affordable. It's like $1.50 at Ulta. If you haven't checked out the Essence section, they have pretty good cosmetics for a pretty reasonable price. Now I'm using the Tarteist lip paint in the color Bestie. I actually picked this up a couple of days ago, and I am obsessed with the color. I love the nude that it gives you, and it doesn't dry your lips out a whole lot, which is always a plus when it comes to lip stains. Now I'm using just the Equal Tools, a fluffy bronzing brush that I got, and I'm just using that to kind of blend out everything. I'm going back in hand with a little bit of bronzer, just because when I blend things out, I feel like it washes it away. Now I'm just being extra and, you know, just touching it up, making sure your highlight's on point. I'm just gonna set my face with the Urban Decay Deslick setting spray, and I'm using the 32" barrel by Numi. It's in the Octo Wand set to give me these luscious curls.
Breezy Beats Production.
Nigga, you got no shirt on. I don't think no one saw your finger. I think they saw your shirt.
Say hey, it's Carter.
Give me some!